Next two important topics of chapter 15. Its name is our environment. It's very easy and very important topic for scoring marks, and in this we will discuss the few topics very clearly. Then you have also seen the waste product in your houses, and there are the two types of the dustbin you always use, green dustbin and the blue dustbin. And green dustbin means the waste product which are biodegradable, and blue dustbin which contain plastic, glass, iron cane or different types of the material which are non-biodegradable. So if you see your house dustbin, and if you have to segregate this waste into two categories, one is biodegradable, other is non-biodegradable. So first of you have to know about the biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So biodegradable waste are those substances which are broken down by the biological processes. For example, food waste, leaves, urine and cow dungs, they are broken down by the microorganisms and converted into manure. But non-biodegradable waste are those which are not broken down by the biological processes, and they are said to be non-biodegradable, just like mercury, lead, plastic, polythene, DDT, and these are the waste product. Now the next important topic is food chain. Actually, in our environment there are the two types of the biotic factors, biotic and abiotic. And biotic means plants and animals, and abiotic sun, soil, water, air, these are the abiotic factors, and both these combined together they form ecosystem. And ecosystem contain food chain and the food webs. So first of all, food chain. What is food chain? Sequence of living organism in which one organism consume another. For example, plants are eaten by deer, deer is eaten by lion. So one organism consume another and they transfer their food energy from one organism to another. This is called food chain. And food chain importance is that it is always unidirectional, because transfer of energy takes place on only one direction. For example, first is the grass. Grass was eaten by deer, deer was eaten by lion. So this is unidirectional, there is no other direction in which energy flow will take place. And what is the next one? Trophic level. What is the trophic level? It means how the different organisms are arranged according to the requirement of energy. So plants are called producers because they make their own food through the process of photosynthesis. But when plants are eaten by grasshopper, they are called primary consumer. Grasshopper was eaten by frog, that is called secondary consumer, and frog was eaten by snake, so it is called tertiary consumer. So you can make a triangle shape and you can see, it's very important. This triangle shows that the amount of producers consumer in the universe or in our environment. Producers have a broad area in this triangle, so they are more in nature as compared to primary consumer, and primary consumer are more than secondary consumers, and secondary consumers are more than tertiary. So its ratio decreases as we move upward. And how the energy flow from one consumer to another consumer, or one trophic level to another trophic level. So only 10% energy rule will be followed, and 10% of the energy transformed to the next trophic level, while the 90% was used by present trophic level in its life processes. So this is called the 10% law. For example, producers use 90% energy to make photosynthesis process of the different processes, and 10% energy goes to grasshopper. Grasshopper take the, for example, 100 kg energy, then 90% will be used by the grasshopper in their life process, and 10% given to frog, which was eaten by frog. So frog will take 10 kg, and then the lower energy goes to only tertiary consumer, that is snake, that is 1 kg. So this is the energy flow from one trophic level to another. Now what is food web? First of all, food web is called food web, the interconnected, so many food chains are operating in the ecosystem, and when they interconnected with each other, and they form a establish a network of relationship between various species for a food web, so they are called food web. And next one is depletion of ozone layer. Ozone layer is largely found in the stratosphere, which is the part of atmosphere from 12 to 50 km from the sea level. And ozone is formed as the result of the following photochemical reactions. Oxygen is present, and oxygen atoms, they combine together, they form ozone layer. And ozone layer is a protective blanket around the earth which absorb most of the ultraviolet radiations of the sun. Two types of the radiations are secreted by the sun. One is infrared radiations, other is UV radiations. Infrared radiations are very helpful to make the environment warm for the survival of living organisms, but UV radiations are very harmful for all the living beings on the earth. They cause the skin cancer in the living organisms. And the next topic is biological magnification. As you have seen the 10% rule in the energy flow from one trophic level to another level. For example, the farmer put spray or some DDT or some fertilizers in the plants. So plants have more fertilizers when it was eaten by consumers. So consumers not only eat the plant, they also eat another animal also, which have also some chemical consumptions also there. So instead of decreasing, the chemicals are increasing from one trophic level to another. For example, in the grass, the chemicals are 10 ppm per particle. Grass is 10 ppm, DDT is there, deer contain 200 and the lion contain 5000, and human beings are at the top. So the increase in concentration of the harmful chemical substances like pesticides in the body of living organisms at each trophic level of the food chain is called biological magnification. And maximum concentration of such chemicals gets accumulated in the human bodies, because human bodies are the highest consumer in this world. And on the basis of these topics, there are the few questions, and do these questions in your notebook. I hope you understood the concept through a very little video, and thank you so much again, and keep